We discuss, we argue, and sometimes we may go a bit off tangent. It's the Grumpy Beards Podcast. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Grumpy Beards Podcast. My name's Sugoi Kuma, and with me is my co-host Aniki. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, man. We are getting into the heat of Texas, the awesome, lovely heat, and it's still barely May. I feel sorry for our summer this year.
It's gonna be great. Also, already getting messed
I,
up on the what?
as long as someone doesn't have me go up on up in their attic in the middle of summer, we're good.
Yeah. Okay, what's going on? You're talking about AC. Chat's talking about coolers and getting messed up on the podcast, and don't leave the empty air. What?
Don't leave I guess the dead
dead
air there. Yeah, don't leave dead air in the.
Oh, should have explained what happened. So sorry.
Recording.
Yes, sorry, y'all. I thought maybe my co-host would say why I looked away for a second. And my daughter came in to say goodnight. So restart. God damn it. No, we're not gonna do that. The audio starts back up on that. You know what?
That's where the magic of editing works. You know, you cut and you splice.
Yeah, maybe. I'll probably do that. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Grumpy Beards Podcast. My name's Sugoi Kuma, and with me is my co-host Aniki. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, sir.
I feel like we did this already.
Well, yes. You know what? It feels like it feels like what the from what is it? Among Us, the Time Lord roll. It rolls you back about 30 seconds.
Yep. So I want to quickly just show off this new flavor of Trulies that we bought. They have these poolside flavors. I wish I was drinking that these last few days. This is pretty good. I drank a lot of Dos Equis. And I got a new koozie from one of my favorite podcasts, the one that my wife got me on.
Okay.
The fuck face podcast, but they bleep out fuck, and it's a whole thing. Go check them out. It's by Rooster Teeth. It's a koozie I got from them.
Nice.
Have you seen this man? It's the Vancouver Child Kicker. So.
The Vancouver Child Kicker. Okay.
Yeah. Wait, what? I didn't mention Trulies in the last episode. I don't believe it.
No.
But yeah, it's a whole thing.
We have the receipts on that, sir. Oh, yeah, damn. You didn't mention Trulies.
Fuck.
How are you ever gonna get that sponsorship?
You're right. I'm failing this podcast. Oh, it's all my fault. But yeah, no. Check out Rooster Teeth's podcast. Fuckface is awesome. A lot of my inspiration comes from some of their work. I just love what they do. Fuckface, Face Jam, Off Topic. All Red Web. Right? Red Web. Yep.
I finally started listening to Red Web.
It's good.
I think I finished the first season.
Did you?
And I haven't.
Are you still only listening to the ones that you haven't already thoroughly researched, or are you going back and listen to others as well?
I haven't. I think there was one I skipped. There was at least 2 episodes I skipped because it was something that I've looked into before.
Yeah,
like, I know
you've deep dove into it before and all that.
Yeah. But I think my favorite one of my favorite ones was the Lake City Quiet Pills. That was a good one.
Yeah. So someone posted on Twitter a sign about that popped up in Washington or Colorado, and about they're coming back. Lake City Quiet Pills is re-emerging or something. I don't know. I saw it. I'm like, did a fan just post this out there? But apparently other people started sharing that they've seen those posters up. It's wild.
That's weird.
What? I'm sorry.
Didn't that?
Sorry, I'm looking at chat. I've listened to a few bits of Red Web. Boring. You're boring. No, you're not. I love you. You're a listener, a recurring listener, and I love you. And thank you for being awake at this hour too.
Yeah. He's usually passed out by this time. But Red City Quiet Pills, that's the one where, like, it was, if I'm not mistaken, that was the supposed to be the network for uh Hitman. No, like that's the one.
Mm. Or
That's
am
the
I
one.
thinking about the astral
You
projection dream thing? Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking about.
well, there's the dream one where you like it was the one
Producer,
listening to
look
your
it up.
dreams, and then the one that I know like has popped up a couple times from after the first one was the cicada.
See, I haven't
Uh,
seen cicada pop up again. I'd be too dumb for
uh,
that, but I enjoyed the cicada one.
yeah, the cicada was good.
Uh,
Cicada was definitely
Hope Valley Dream
like
Survey
a CIA thing. Hope Battle Dream Survey. Yeah, I can see that one popping up again
in
because that's the
Montana.
one where
Yeah,
that's the one where they wanted you to call and tell them about your dreams. And then depending on the questions that you asked, you got a
call back.
you got a call back. Yeah,
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. We've been just rambling about stuff.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
what cat? We
Well,
love. We You keep us on track. Let me just come back to that real quick. We give her a lot of crap for never being on here and this and that, and not even in the chat listening. But she does have a very busy life,
yeah, she does.
and
She's involved in a lot of
she
things.
is. And so when she does make time for us, we appreciate it. She does keep us on track behind the scenes. So and that's really why we kind of roped her in because we need that.
We need
When
some structure in our
Yeah,
lives.
we didn't. I didn't even talk to her beforehand. I just me and you were like, all right, let's do this. We made a separate private channel in my Discord, and I
Yeah,
just added her in and j- told her that your job is to keep us on track. And she,
like you've been roped into this.
yep. But thank you, what cat? We appreciate you. Um, what one
And now
place
with
that
the
she will be live on,
oh
and
yes, yes.
hey, Starry, what's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome. Um, let's might as well roll into this since that's the title of this stream, convention updates. Um, so a few episodes back, we talked
Yeah,
about A-Kon 20. A-Kon, why I keep wanting to say A-Kon 22? A-Kon episode 31. That's what they're calling it, episode or whatever.
yeah.
But it's A-Kon 31. For those that don't know, A-Kon is the longest running anime convention in North America.
Yes,
Um,
this it is.
been going for years and years and years, and it's all
31 years.
31 years exactly. That's how old I am. I turned 31 this year.
Oh god.
And
You old, sir. You old.
I'm getting. I feel it today. Um, and there, I think in DFW it is the biggest convention, right? Is there one that's big?
it's
There's,
it's the biggest convention as far as I know. I
yeah.
have not been to
Producer, figure it out.
Anime I haven't been to Anime Frontier yet,
Mm,
but I believe Anime Frontier is getting to the point where they're actually sponsored by Crunchyroll
mm-hmm.
and Right Stuff Anime. So that one I know for sure
Yeah.
is getting bigger.
Yeah. Well,
Uh
I just say because Akon's been having to find new places to be at because it just gets
yeah.
bigger and bigger,
Yeah,
and
because yeah. uh that was the first anime convention that I went to. That was back when they were still at the Sheraton in downtown Dallas, and I remember back then, it was something like 25,000 people were there during that weekend.
mm,
And then after that, they've had to keep moving because of the sheer amount of people
yeah.
that have gone to the con. I remember they went to the Anatole for a couple years. Then they got too big again, and they took over the Fair Park for I think 1 or 2 years as well. And now they're gonna be what is it at the
Irving Convention.
Irving Convention Center?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's gonna require some research to figure out. Um, Spidey's on it. Cool, cool, cool. We got Spidey. He's working on it. Um,
And I want to say
to,
like Anime Matsuri is probably one of the big ones
mm,
as well. Then that's in Houston.
mm. um, but yeah. So A-Kon, a special place for a lot of us in our group that are big
Yeah,
into anime and stuff because it it normally is probably whether or not it's the biggest convention in Dallas, it's probably one of the biggest conventions that we've been to. Like at least each of us
true.
has been, and that we can all
Yeah,
relate to. Um, would love to go
I think
to
that.
some of the bigger, like the big name ones like Comic Con. At one point, my boss threw that
I'll
out there as a he not knowing how much it would cost. So he's like as a as a extra little bonus, like, hey, you want to go to a wrestling show or Comic Con or something? No, like Comic
well,
Cons or conventions in general. No, he said Comic Con. Like
Comic Con.
he said Comic Con.
Like, well, which Comic Con? Because it's San Diego Comic Con,
I would love to go to Sandy.
SDCC,
I
SDCC,
don't know.
or New York Comic Con.
I as much as I would. Damn it, I don't. I would love San Diego Comic Con. I've always wanted to go
Yeah.
to the West Coast. Um, but we have friends in New York. Would love to visit them
Hmm.
at the same time, even for like half a day. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Like right now, for me, like at least DFW wise, our Comic Con is basically Fan Expo.
mm,
Like this year, I want to go because Nathan Fillion's gonna be there.
mm.
I want to get I want to get my Kate Pop signed by him.
So, Cyrex makes a good point. We're not gonna get into all the stuff that Anime Matsuri has been dealing with. You can Google that.
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible. Um,
And
yeah,
there goes
there
Shinji.
he goes. He started early. Um, let's see one fuckface. I listened to. They have one of the hosts. He has uh, a bulldog named Henry,
Hmm.
and he just he won't bark during the episode, but you'll hear him with his squeak toy in the back throughout throughout random parts. So they've made him part of the podcast because he
Yeah.
again that host his name's Jeff. He's part of a lot of podcasts with his company, and he he hides his chew toys from Henry during all those recordings. But for fuckface, he's like, no, you can have it back. It ain't a podcast without Shinji praises. Yes, it is not. But yeah, we talk about A-Kon because we mentioned it a few episodes back. A few months ago, we were like, you know what? Why not put in a panel application? You know, what the worst they're gonna do is say no. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
like, yeah, we've only been doing this since October. We're we haven't grown like I always set high expectations. I thought we'd be a bit more further along, but it's also the work you put into it. I have been a little lazy with Instagram and some of the social media. There have been some sponsorship opportunities as it came up, but slowly working through all that. So we were like, let's see what happens. It's A-Kon.
It's a big
It's
con.
a big con. Like the artists to get in, it's always a raffle, right? I believe.
I think so.
And
For vendors,
it's a
it's
10-year
a
wait.
10-year wait list.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
And that's if a vendor declines 1 year.
Yep. That's how big the convention is. Like 10-year wait list for vendors because that's gonna be a big moneymaker.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to like. I know Anime Frontier is it's an up and coming con, and it's on. I think it's on par with what A-Kon was when I for the first time I went,
Hmm.
and I'm trying to. That's one where I can get in, and it's pricey, but this year I'm gonna be there,
Hmm.
and then hopefully be there in coming years and everything.
Yeah. So yeah. So we applied. Uh. Well, like 2 months passed. I think we applied in February.
Yeah,
March passes. We get into April, and still haven't heard from them. We're like, fuck. It's like 2 months away. Well, at that time, yeah,
yeah,
month and a half
yeah.
away. And
And
you
we mentioned it on the
yeah,
podcast. Like,
we
hey,
bring it up as an update, or I think, was that the first time we talked about it? That might have been the
I
first
think
time.
that was the first time we talked about it because we were unsure
Hmm.
of you know like we said, it's a big con. We're pretty much a not known podcast. Not very many people listen to us
Just,
and know about us.
just through
And
friends, family, and then
yeah,
we've gained a few outside viewers, which is nice. Which is nice.
yeah,
Again,
and
love y'all. Love each of you.
th- definitely.
So yeah, so we brought it up. We mentioned it. We are gonna be like, yeah, yeah, this is what we did. Haven't gotten an email. Sucks. And I checked.
Looks like it's a no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looks so left it at that. Eh. Oh well, we for that one we're like we weren't expecting a yes. We're like we figured it was gonna be a no, but might as well. You never know.
yeah.
So
What was that? You don't make any of the shots. You don't take. My what's it? Michael Scott said. Wait, Wayne Gretzky said.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Vladdy can drop the quote in the chat.
yeah. He definitely can.
And so yeah, so fast forward to about a week ago, um, and A-Kon posts a big thank you to all the applicants, and that they would have a schedule out soon. That everyone who applied for a panel should have received a decision of yes or no, and if not, to email them. And uh, another podcast, Assuming Pods podcast,
Yeah.
who I went to one of their panels at was Anime Dallas.
Anime
Anime
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah, yeah. You had the chance to go.
Yeah,
I was
you
busy.
were busy. Yeah, you were a
I
vendor.
was busy at the
You
booth.
were a vendor there. Well,
Yeah,
they motivated me to really just take a chance. They're the reason
yeah.
I went ahead and was like, no, let's just do it. Let's just apply
Yeah,
for
because
A-Kon.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because they
Oh, and they were the reason too that like we had just that was back in November. The con was back in November. We basically were just taking the first steps to actually doing a podcast,
hmm,
and you went to the to the panel, and from there, I think that's one of the things that also helped us to be a little bit more consistent
hmm.
because we were we weren't even consistent on when we were doing the recordings at the
Yeah.
beginning.
All right, there we go. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, quote by Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah. So big shout out to them. Their panel was awesome. They really talked about how they started and just taking chances, just emailing the right people, and you'd be surprised at what kind of answers you'd get. And
Yeah.
the that's actually a recurring theme in the other podcasts I listen to. Fuckface again. What's up, y'all? They're not sponsoring this because I would say they do not need our sponsorship. But check them out; they're pretty funny. Um, that's what one of the guys on there does. Just emails random people. Then we'll get replies. So that's what we did with this. And like I said, fast forward, they posted on A-Kon post the thing on Instagram, Steaming Pods on there. Hey, see everyone there.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I saw this, hadn't been on Instagram on that day. Our producer goes and tags us,
Yeah.
tags our channel on in the
What a
comments
question
with a
mark.
question mark, like hey, like kind of like saying, "What about the Grumpy Pods? Are y'all gonna be there?" So I'm like, you know what? I want to see what this rejection letter looks like. So I go to my email. I go to our business email. I'm looking. We're like, well, when did it go out? Like I'm looking at the last couple days. There's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and let me actually, I could probably pull it up super quick. Possibly. Yeah, I'm scrolling through. I mean, we don't get a lot of emails on our business email, but nothing there. So I was like, all right, let me search A-Kon.
A-Kon.
And
Yeah.
yeah, unread email from April 14th. The episode in question released. So the email came Thursday, April 14th. The episode that we recorded
Was it
was
the 13th?
no was the 6th. Let
Okay.
me go because it's gonna
All
come
right.
out the 23rd, 9th, 25th, 11th. So yeah, the episode we recorded the episode on the 6th and it came out on the 11th. So that
Okay.
Monday, and either the week before, or the week after, and yeah, But yeah, this email came out on the 14th. A-Kon 31 panelist application results. Hello, Grumpy Beards. We're excited to inform you that the following panel submissions have been accepted for A-Kon 31 in Irving, Texas on June 3rd through 5th, 2022. Breaking into the world of podcasting and content creation.
Yeah.
So we got accepted, y'all.
Yeah. We're gonna be there.
We're gonna be there, and we have missed 2 months of planning. We've known for a week now. I posted it on our socials. Go check that out. Yeah, we found out and then couldn't really do much work together on it because I immediately had to then go on a 4-day work retreat.
Work trip. Yep.
I was down in Hatchie for 4 days for work meetings, which was phenomenal. I enjoyed every minute of it. Shout out to, if any of you are watching this or see this later on, whatever it may be, everybody I work with had an amazing time. Love the company I'm with. They treat us very well, and a lot of the stories that I heard, during my interview in my first few months, I was like, oh, okay, like that, it could just be talk, but it like after, because I just been there a year, and like I've seen the truth in a lot of their words, and especially saw it at this meeting. It was great.
Cool.
It was a great experience, and I'm very happy to be there.
Yeah.
So I'll be a little sad, if this podcast takes off and starts paying the bills. Nah, it would take a lot to get me to leave there. It's I'm looking forward to another awesome year there. But yeah, so that I just got back from that today. So Hatchie's like 45 minutes from where I live.
Yeah.
It's not that far, like 45 minutes.
It's closer to you than me.
Yeah.
For sure.
Stories. My favorite thing is planning for stuff at the last minute. Hell yeah, that's when the best work happens. That was me all through high school and college.
All under pressure.
And look at
under
me now,
pressure.
baby. I got
planning.
I got a
What planning?
I got a podcast at A-Kon. I mean, yeah, I got a panel at A-Kon. I'm making good.
Yeah, well, you do have a podcast at A-Kon because we're gonna be there.
But yes, I just got back today. We wrapped up everything, probably around 10:30 or so. We were free to go, and well, one of the other stores had a delivery they needed to do, short staff, so the guys I was riding with were like, "Oh, we're already here in town." Like, he asked for our help. We're like, "Yeah, we got you. We can help each other out, knock it out." I drank a lot last night. A lot in a pool. A lot of Dos Equis. Went to sleep probably at 3, woke up at 6. And my dumbass, instead of waking up and drinking water, trying to get hydrated, I grabbed a sugar-free Monster. That's all I had this morning. That's all I had. It was just a sugar-free Monster that I chugged to get through our little demonstration, the closing ceremony thing that we did in the morning. I was like, I'll be all right. I'm going home after this. I'd forgotten about the delivery. We get there, and we have a box truck full of merchandise to take up and down 3 flights of stairs.
Oh.
And
yeah, did you have to pivot, sir?
I was breaking a sweat, and I started feeling cold at the same time. I'm like, my blood sugar going down. Am I dying? No, I was very dehydrated. My calves my calves were killing me. I was happy to help. Because I know you any of them would have done the same for me. But I was like, why did I do this? I'm smarter than this. So I chugged some water that he had brought for us. We stop at a gas station. I'm chugging Gatorade. I need to get hydrated. I'm like, all right, at least I'm gonna come home and relax. And oh man, I'm going way off tangent already. But this is why I'm tired, y'all. So I get home. It's great to be home. I shower. I change. I'm feeling great. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but my wife works for me in the store that I work at, that I'm the manager at, and again, a company that was okay with me hiring on my wife to work in the same store as me. Uh, the previous company I was with couldn't do that. You couldn't have anyone that you're in a relationship or is a relative to you work underneath you. They would force you to move and stuff. Um, so another thing that they're all about family, and I love that. So yeah, so she's messaging me that they're doing pretty good at work because it's her and our new guy, who I feel bad about because he started last week.
And you abandoned him.
Abandoned him immediately. So I'm like, you know what?
Trial by
I'm
fire, sir.
yeah.
Trial by fire.
And we spent a whole like segment of the manager meeting talking about proper training, and I was actually the one that got up to speak for my group because I love talking, and and one of the things on our list, proper one-on-one training. Don't just throw them in the fire. But I did admit, okay, while saying that, knowing that I just did that to my new guy, I did admit that with my previous company I did do that by mistake a couple times. But you live and learn. So again, if anyone from work watching this, I didn't do that.
That reminds me of when I hired my brother on
Mm,
to work at my job
yeah,
when I was the manager.
yeah.
Uh, if I remember correctly, it was a Sunday morning, and employees, the cashier didn't show up to work.
Mm,
I had nobody. Like I had nobody I could call in, so I ended up picking up the phone, call my dad. Hey, I need you to bring my brother. Bring him bring him to the store, and he's gonna work. He's been wanting to work.
yeah.
He's gonna work. I grabbed the head.
Hold
I
on, hold,
grab a headset.
hold on. I'm getting a message. What? Yes.
Yeah.
Dos
Do,
perros.
dos perros?
Yes. Two bitches.
No, perras.
No.
Dos perras.
No.
Two
Those-
bitches.
Two bitches.
Dos perros.
Ugh.
That's what
Me and
my
Aniki.
that's what my app is teaching me.
What? What? Why am I being called
Coño,
that?
perro.
What? I,
No,
What?
I'm telling you about my
Just cause,
app.
just cause he hung out with backup senpai one time, and you're calling.
Backup
I'm learning Spanish on my app, my child's app. And they keep
I
on
w-
telling me about the bitches. Dos.
Uh,
Two bitches.
oh, I
perros.
thought you were. I thought you were. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Mind your business. I'm learning.
No, never mind.
He's not gonna say nothing. Something about he has two
Not.
bitches. I don't know.
You have two bitches? I thought you
I
had
wish
three.
you know.
Three. Three bitches.
Three.
So,
Three bitches.
all right. Did the audio pick up any of that?
Yeah, I could hear everything. So I'm sure. I'm sure everybody could hear it. But yeah, like I had my dad take my brother to the restaurant. I just gave him a headset, and here you go. Here's a 5-second explanation of how you take orders. Uh,
I did this all the time.
Put the
too.
headsets on and go for it.
Hmm.
Because I think it was like 2 people that didn't show up, so I was short a cashier and a short a cook. So I had to be in the back, and I think I was on the fryer, and I was there while he was taking orders while we had to wait for somebody else to show up for the front counter.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was just throw them in there, no training, nothing at all. Just go ahead. If you mess up, you mess up.
That's the best way to do it. I think he's telling us about how mad he was.
Yeah, he was. I'm sure he was pissed, especially because I think my dad went into his room and woke him up and took him to work. Took him to work.
Hmm. So yeah, I don't know if the audio came through, but yeah, no, my wife popped at the door and yelling about two bitches. She's learning Spanish. I don't know.
Yes.
Start over? No.
No. We can't start over.
But yeah,
We're already what 36 minutes in, and we're barely touched on that. We're gonna be at A-Kon and we're gonna have a panel.
sir, I'm not. Oh yeah, we did say that. But again, so like I was saying, so I'll go to store. I'm like, all right, let me. They've been holding it down without me for
Mhm.
4 days. Been doing a great job of it too. Haven't really needed to call me for much. cause just a few things I had to walk them through. So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna buy them lunch. Go and get some pizza for them. We're there eating, and then my wife's like, "Oh yeah, good thing you're here. You can help with this delivery." I'm like, what?
More deliveries.
So it's not just a delivery. We're taking their old merchandise back and then delivering a brand new set to them, which is great. I'm gonna take care of my customer. That's what they want. Awesome. Um, it's,
But again, you were dehydrated.
it's heavy stuff. We're picking up a double recliner set and we're delivering a double recliner set. The one we're picking up was heavier than the one we picked up, and honestly, I thought it was nicer, but they didn't like the color of it, which
Mm.
it's cool, whatever. But
Hey,
I was
the
tired.
customer's always right.
Here's the other thing: I was in Crocs. I was crocked up. I was looking casual. I'm in my shorts, t-shirt. I mean, I wear shorts to work anyways, but I'm not in my um my
Your
work
work
shorts.
shorts.
Yeah, I'm like I look like I'm about to go to the beach, and I was like, I don't want to go home and get tennis shoes. So I'm like, fuck it, let's do this. I'm just gonna show up unprofessional. And like even while I'm there, I get caught up working on some other stuff because you can attest you can't like I'm sure you can't just go to the office and for something real quick. You're gonna end up doing a bunch of
No,
stuff.
there's always more than one thing
Yep.
to do.
So that's what happened to me. So I'm there working on stuff. Regular customer comes in, and I'm on the phone with a customer, and he's like, "Oh, he makes some comment about dressing casual today," and so yeah, I go help with the delivery. It took a lot. It was a lot tougher. It took a lot longer than it should have. I'm still recovering from dehydration. I'm tired. I'm weak. I hurt myself. Heavy ass reclining set. Like we could have,
Oh God,
like
that
we
reminds.
could have taken off the backs, made it easier. But I was like, nah, let's do this and
Let's get it done. Get it done as fast as you
let's just
can.
get it done. And
Yeah, sometimes faster is not better.
mm, that's a wrong phrase. There's a longer story behind it, so its origins don't even like. Wait, what are they talking about? I don't know what chat's on about. Um,
You're not even paying attention to chat,
yeah,
sir. They're going off on their own tangents because we don't pay attention to
yeah.
them.
So we finish that up. I come home and I just lay down. I take another nap. I'm sleepy. And
That sounds like me after going with other senpai for a night out, and the next day it was like 97 degrees, and I had to wake. I got home at like 4 in the morning,
mm,
had to be up by 6 to go and set everything up again. If it would have been a regular Sunday,
mm,
it would have. I think it would have been fine. I would have been fine with the no sleep, with having a setup. But this was the week after coming back from Kamea-Con. So I had all the merchandise here at home.
yeah.
I had all of my grid ball, all of my shelves. I had to show up there and set everything back up, and just basically merchandise again.
Mm.
And that's always a pain in the butt. You know that.
Yeah, I've helped out set up before. Yeah,
Yeah,
is 97
yeah.
degrees considered a cool day?
Not when it's supposed to. Not when we're in early. What's that? That was still April. Like it. We shouldn't be hitting close to 100 degrees at the end of April, beginning of May. But hell, we live in Texas.
Always fun.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I saw a work email pop up. I was about to open it up. What the fuck? What the fuck am I doing?
Hey, you love work, sir.
I do enjoy. I enjoy my job. I enjoy my current job. I do.
Mhm.
I cannot speak enough praise about it. Miss all my old coworkers though. By the way, I am drinking the watermelon one now. All my old coworkers from my old job. Miss y'all. Love y'all. I truly do. Y'all are a great team.
Sir, you should have been truly do.
Cabrón. Boom. But yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, that's why I'm tired. We almost didn't record today. Like
yeah.
you messaged me and we were discussing which we're gonna transition over to this in a little bit. She-Hulk. Me, you, and our
Yeah.
producer were discussing She-Hulk, and like I just finished eating dinner, and the guy probably just woken up like an hour before that. So we're discussing. I'm eating. I finished eating, and I just go and I lay down, and that's when you mentioned I re-recording today. I'm like, fuck it,
I'm like,
it is that day.
I'm
And
like, are we streaming today? Because
yeah,
it was already past 8, so it's like, I'm not sure whether we're doing it today or not. So
yeah. So I'm out.
I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah, so I messaged like, yeah, 9:30, and I'm like, all right, let me get up, and I said 9:30 to give you time. To,
Yeah, I was already setting up just in case, because I'm not, like, if any of returning listeners, I'm notorious for having issues with my computer or with something with the setup.
yep.
It's like finally I'm not using the other headsets because I was kept having issues. I finally paired my AirPods to the computer, so that's what I'm using now, at least for my audio,
Mm,
and having no issues with the microphone now picking up my voice.
yeah. Um, I on me. I was still laying down. 9:20. I'm like, I caught myself falling asleep again. I'm like, no, let me get up. Let me get up. Let's do this. Let's record. We need to because we need to talk about A-Kon, and we did. We're
Yeah.
going. We're gonna be there. Our panel's gonna be. Um, I think I did discuss what kind of panel we wanted to do.
You mentioned it
Yeah.
when you talked about the application that
Yeah.
the application.
So essentially, um, because many times I'm listening to uh whether it's someone, a motivational speaker, or you got these influencers online talking about, oh, all you got to do is this and this and you can get to this and all that, but you you hear from somebody who's made it, right?
Yeah, somebody that's already
They're
successful in that field.
successful, they're established, they've made it. You hear from them, and yeah, you want to hear from people who've made it. You want to know what they've done, learn from them. But sometimes it might feel too far away. Like that's too far of a reach at the moment. You want to set goals. Like, yes, that is a goal, but let me set up. God, I'm about to sound like work. I don't mind. Set a smart goals. Set smart goals. Part of that is something
Something reachable,
yeah, something
attainable. Yeah,
attainable,
that's the word.
something attainable. Something within a timeline, and because you can have something go viral and you're probably still not gonna be instantly just making it. You have to. Nothing good comes without hard work. Um,
Yeah.
so so yeah, we can have. My idea was because when I was getting into streaming and at the very beginning years ago, of course my goal with that was to be, maybe not as huge as Ninja was back then, but established where I'm a partner. I'm able to um make a I'm able to change my life a little bit with this, through what I love, being
Hmm.
on camera, playing games, and all that. And but I didn't really have anyone to kind of show me what to do. There's a ton of YouTube videos, of course. There's a ton of that to get started, and that's kind of what I did. I just went through YouTube, read a lot, um, but there was never like even with then it was you'd have to do your own research about the people. Okay, they know what they're talking about, or it would be quick tutorials on how to like. I'm like, okay, how do I do this on a stream? Okay, how to blah 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 and do that. The
Hmm.
essential I get into, it's at the beginning I had essentially nothing, no guidance, and I would see about all these established streamers, but they've already made it. Maybe what works for them is not gonna work for me. So I after we started same with this podcast, we kind of just started it, and
We just went for it,
we decided
basically.
this is something we want to do. We went for it. Luckily, I already had the streaming experience, um, and I've already had editing experience, which I'm self-taught, but from years ago, so I had to refresh a little bit on that. Not as good as I was back in my younger
Which
days.
I gotta learn.
Yeah.
I gotta learn how to do that.
So after the Steaming Pods, their panel, I'm like, that was very. that was very refreshing. That was very motivating. Um, to hear from someone that's not that far away from me, not to bring down their all the progress they've made, not to downplay what they've done, because we're garbage, and to say we're close to that, um, is an insult to them, and all that they do. But you know, they admit it, like they've only recently started to gain traction and being popping up at new places, and they're growing their own stuff, their brand and everything. And I was like, see, this is what I needed. Like instantly during that panel, like this is what I've been wanting to hear. This was the early days of our podcast.
Hmm.
I'm like,
Yeah, that was a month end
yeah,
basically.
and it wasn't like, uh, I feel like if I would have heard from a very like Joe Rogan, and I don't know, that's the only big podcast I can think of at the moment. His podcast, and he's like, yeah, just gotta get out there and do it. I'm like, okay, yeah, man, whatever you say. That's gonna work. So it sounds more reasonable, more grounded, especially at our level.
Yeah.
At our level, it sounded like that, and so it got me thinking. Like we're not even a year into this, but I think we've made good progress. Uh, we're we've we made errors, but we've learned from them quickly. We've adapted. We're finally on a good routine. I think now we're on a good track. We're now that we are um, on a good schedule, and both for recording, streaming, and
Hmm.
releases. Um, things are flowing a lot better, and now this is the point where we start growing. Um, so I'm like, how many people out there are also feeling like we were months ago? Like we're the next step for them. I would say two steps.
We're in the in between starting or thinking about starting and where assuming pot is.
Yeah.
Basically, we're in between right now.
What is wrong with you? Why you bring him up? Did he do something fucked up in the last few days? I've been working, so I don't know.
What happened?
Chat's mad about saying that name of that the dude with that podcast. I'm not gonna say it again, or I'm gonna make them mad.
Oh, the Fear Factor guy.
Yeah, him. Like I don't know what the fuck's he done. I don't. All I know he has a podcast. I don't pay attention to him. Uh, I'm sorry. I, I,
So you
I,
gotta
I,
be more. You gotta be more in current. You gotta know more about current events.
I guess. I mean, I've been in Hatchie for the last 4 days inside a small little convention center and meetings, learning about customer service and how to grow my P&L. I haven't really been interacting with the outside world. Like even with y'all, I haven't
No,
talked.
no, no, you
I
haven't.
haven't talked to
Like
any
I
of
think
y'all in the last few days.
I I messaged you for something, and I think Sunday, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I'm over at here at the work meetings. Like reach out to my wife." I'm like, okay,
Yeah, like I've just been, because it's been from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, and
yeah,
then just letting loose a little bit in the afternoons. I mean, in the late evening. Um, but no, anyways, so that's what I want to do, because I feel like we're at two steps. The first step is getting started, and
yeah,
then after that, it's so everything that involves with getting started, knowing what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do what you need, and all that. Second step is getting, excuse me, which where we're about to get to step three. Step two is getting consistent,
yeah.
and
Consistency.
it's really about it, getting consistent, being consistent with it, and just pushing it every day or every time you it is that you work on it. Um,
Yeah,
and then the next step would be, of course, uh, growing, like just growing your brand, your channel, um, to
that's where I gotta get to be able to you know, especially on social media, to be able to put out more stuff on it. Get used to it.
yeah,
Like for me, it's same thing as like you said earlier. You had a little bit more experience being in front of a camera, talking to people, because you streamed before. For me, it's like my personality, at least at the very beginning, it's always like I'm somebody that doesn't like being in front of a camera. It's not comfortable being in front of a camera and talking and talking. You know, off camera, like we've had conversations where like we started like 10 in the at 8:10, between 8 and 10, and we go on to like 3 o'clock in the morning, like that time when we went out for tacos,
Yeah.
like where we were falling asleep at the table, and then like, oh, we got a second win, like, keep talking about something,
Yeah.
and I'm because I'm comfortable with you guys, but with the, with the podcast, it was something where like, hey, I gotta get used to being in front of a camera, being able to just, you know,
Yeah.
be able to
Yeah.
have a conversation.
Yeah. And
Yes.
and part of our initial planning was, are we gonna be a video podcast or just audio
Yeah.
only? And I kind of pushed for the video aspect to get you more comfortable with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so that's what I want to do. I feel like we're at that point where we can be kind of a bit of a, we can provide guidance and probably
Hmm.
that little push that other people need to put content out there. Because honestly, uh, if the goal with this isn't to get famous and, I don't know, be able to retire from our jobs just doing this, being top 10 podcasts on Spotify or anything. If we get there, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But this is
Yeah.
this is something more we did for us that we just really enjoy. Uh, One, to get us together to talk.
Hmm.
If it's for an hour to 2 hours every 2 weeks, it's always fun. But just something for all of us to engage in. A lot of time, some of our ramblings are more run more towards inside jokes with our group. Um, so listeners, I'm sorry about that. It's gonna be hard to not happen, and uh, but it would be nice to see this grow and expand to other people, um, grow an audience with it. It'd be phenomenal. Because that's probably what I love streaming. I hit affiliate on Twitch. I had grown for a few hundred followers. I think I'm at a few hundred or a couple hundred. I can't remember how many. No, I don't think I hit 200. I was like 150. Not nowhere
But
close.
still,
Nowhere close to um a big following, but I was averaging about 20 people a stream, and just those 20 knowing they're in chat having fun just for a couple hours some nights a week. That was awesome. That was fun.
mhm.
Chat's having fun. I'm having a great time. I would love to, in a few months, we got not just Spidey and Cyrax in the chat arguing back and forth. I didn't know what they're talking about. Um,
I don't know,
I
but
would love to see new names popping up. It's just that engagement is awesome. I love that engagement. Um, you don't admit being you're an introverted extrovert is what you are. Um, because
yeah,
once you're comfortable, you start talking.
and
Um,
that's what my brother says. Like, he's like, you're not he says that I've got my dad's personality. My dad, like, can just talk and talk to anybody. My dad can go up to anybody and start talking.
yeah,
But yeah, it takes me a little bit to get comfortable, and I think, like you said, yeah, once I'm comfortable, I'll you can't stop me from talking.
yeah. Saying me, you turn a camera on, give a mic to me, I just start talking. That's why in a lot of the group things that we did, I was like, we think we did two of them where we needed to speak, and
Hmm.
you
You were
remember.
the de facto.
I so
You're the,
I because you a lot of times you've been in situations, you've seen it. I'm sure we all have it during school. You're in a group. All right, who's gonna speak from the group? And it's like everybody's looking at each other. Cause nah, you do it. No,
then
you do it.
everybody points at one person.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm past that. I just automatically vote myself. I just get up and do it. Um, and I got a little too comfortable up there talking. I almost I just slightly cussed. Um, Someone dropped an F-bomb the next day, so I felt better about myself. But no, like people rambling out there. Um, Calm down.
Hey.
Yeah. interrupting my
Yeah.
podcast. What's up?
Pájaro.
Pájaro?
Pájaro.
The fuck? Wife opened my door and just said pájaro. What does it mean? She's so dumb. Love her.
She's
Chat's
giving you
asking
the
it.
bird, sir.
Yeah, chat's asking if you've opened chat. You obviously not. He doesn't have chat open, y'all. He doesn't love y'all like I
No,
do.
I don't like. Well, I now I do. I just open it on my phone.
Oh, I see what he
But
said.
that's but that's the thing though, because you're the one streaming, so you're able to see chat on the side.
Hmm.
Like if for me, I have to be watching our stream the way we're set up right now.
So yeah, so that's our idea with the panel. Just provide a space where, of course, if people see that and they come in, they're curious about what to do. They've either
Yeah,
started podcasting or they're curious about getting into just content creation in general. And so we
yeah.
we want we want to be there
What's
to answer those questions. That possible. What you need to get started, what to look out for, what mistakes we made, and just hopefully give people that little push. That's what I would
yeah,
love.
and then we don't know yet date and time, do we?
No, we do not.
Oh,
I checked my
okay,
email and I searched. We have not been told times yet.
okay, all right.
But once we know, we'll be dropping that in the socials.
Yeah,
So make sure to follow us on Instagram. Grumpy Beards Pod, I believe, is our Instagram.
yes, it is.
Okay, yeah.
Was
I
it
know.
Grumpy Beers or Grumpy Beers
It's
underscore
Grumpy
pod?
Beards Pod. Yeah, just Grumpy Beards
Okay.
Pod on Instagram. That's where you'll get the most updates. We have a Facebook. I mainly just post on there that we're live. But Instagram be the best place. That's where I'm most active. And
We gotta start doing TikTok
we
or
keep saying that, but yeah, we need to start doing TikTok. Who's that special guest? Oh, person. Probably talking about
yeah.
wife. Um, yeah. So we'll announce that as soon as we know. As soon as we know, we'll let y'all know. Shoot, we're closing in on the hour mark. We might not have time to talk about She-Hulk, which
Well, I guess
honestly wasn't a lot. I mean, we can dive a little into it. I'm
yeah. Basically, I think it's hey, it finally got a release date. It's I think it comes out August 17th, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, Marvel finally released more than a teaser trailer. They released a trailer. Uh, but yeah, it it's getting mixed reviews basically.
yeah.
At least from us in our group,
Mhm.
they were definitely getting mixed reviews about what people think of the at least of the trailer.
Yeah. No, I was upset with the CGI. I'm like, you got a badass character like She-Hulk. I mean, I know of her. I've read about her after seeing her. I believe was she in Marvel vs. Capcom 3? Spidey.
She was.
Was she?
She was in Marvel. Yeah, she was in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And I was like,
I
oh,
don't remember which one, but she's in one of them.
yeah. I was like, oh, who the hell is this? She's kicking ass. And
Uh,
so that's when it was years
well,
ago when I first started reading a bit about her.
yeah.
Um,
Spidey, sorry, I'm actually looking at chat. Spidey, it did get pushed back already.
hmm,
That's the thing. Like, uh, it finally got a release date, but the whole time they've been having to redo all the CGI. They've been having a lot of issues with it,
mhm,
Pájaro.
and even here on the trailer, you can see that it's not finished.
yeah,
So
Pájaro.
hopefully it'll be a lot better once the show comes out on the 17th
yeah,
or August 17th.
yeah. Like needs more work. It does look funny. It does look funny. Yeah, no, that's probably the biggest thing I'm upset. Like story wise, I'm sure it's gonna work out. Like so there's some complaints about um some of the tropes that they're sticking to, and but I'm like, it's just a trailer. So I don't.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like watching trailers, but I do it for y'all, so y'all can hear our feedback on it. I know y'all want to hear it. Um, like my issue is the CGI. Like make us know, let us know that you've invested into this. You know, like you,
and after,
because I'm sure CGI costs a whole lot more than writers, which don't. I'm not discredit writers. Like they have to. I'm sure Marvel's done a great job of getting great writers, and I do hope they're being paid appropriately for everything they do. especially taking all these source materials and making something phenomenal out of it. But
Yeah,
like there's also the area where with the CGI like and the effects that go into it, making it a Marvel has set a standard for their productions, and She-Hulk is looking like it was like, we're not gonna invest that much. It could be other issues. We don't know.
I think from what I've heard is there's so many projects that require CGI right now that Marvel Studios wasn't able to take care of everything. They've actually had to send work out to other studios for She-Hulk, for Miss Marvel, for all the shows that are coming up. Like with COVID and everything,
Mm,
they've been so crunched
yeah.
that they haven't been able to take care of all of the CGI.
Mm,
So that's why one of the things that has happened this year is, hey, we knew about um about Moon Knight and its release date, but we didn't know anything after that. We knew that we were getting a She-Hulk. We knew that we were getting a Miss Marvel. We know that we're getting a Werewolf by Night Halloween special,
mm,
but there weren't any actual release dates.
yeah. Cyrex makes a good point. One, yeah, people need to realize CGI and graphics like that is expensive AF. It is very, and so long as the story does well, you won't even remember the CGI. That's true. Like that's why I said I'm sure the story is gonna be amazing. That Marvel has yet to drop the ball on a great story. Like there's no question about that. It's just if you release a trailer, come on, like that's how you're gonna attract people in. You're not every fan's gonna be like me who's gonna just watch it because you're loyal fans at this point. You've won me over. I don't care
Hmm.
what you put out. I'm gonna watch it. Whatever you put out, I'm gonna watch it. Um, whether on theaters or Disney Plus, I'm gonna watch it. Um, and I know at the end of the day, I'm probably gonna enjoy it. I'm just saying, with a trailer, you're you're investing in the advertising for it. You're putting all this money
Yeah.
into it. The product you put out should at least be of some good quality, and it just sends a bad message that you choose a trailer for a solo female superhero to drop the ball on. Like that just sends a bad message. That's all I want to say on that one. That's the point I'm trying to make on it,
Hmm.
because you have there's plenty of female heroes, um, but a lot of them are part of teams, and that's why people know so much about them. Like you have your Storm and Jean Grey, but how do people know them
And
as members of X-Men and not with their own solo
and
series, like except
that's
except
one of
for
the
Jean
things.
Grey with the she gets her own storylines with the Phoenix Force stuff, but
Yeah.
that's about it. She-Hulk went from side character to her own series. Like that's how much people loved her. Like you have others like that. Like was it the Spider Woman has her own series, nowhere near as popular as She-Hulk. Like She-Hulk is one of the top female heroes that stand on their own series. I mean, obviously not going over to DC, not as big as Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
but
And that's at least with the cinematic universes. That's one thing where DC has been Marvel. They've done good solo female movies
yeah,
with Wonder Woman, while we got Black Widow. Black Widow wasn't that great.
but they made Black Widow into a great character. Me, you, and our
Yeah,
producer were talking about it, and um, they,
we love the character, but the again they didn't do her justice with her movie.
yeah, and now with the solo with the series being canceled, we won't ever get more like
Hmm.
that. But at least they were able to develop a character that they got to the point for getting a solo film. Here, we're getting right off the bat a series, and the first thing you put out to everybody, major to see, aside from promotional stuff like promotional artwork and all that, and you drop the ball. It's just it put a bad taste in my mouth. Um, like, come on, Marvel, open the piggy bank up. Come on, Mickey. Come on, you damn mouse, do better. Don't cancel us. Don't come after us. Don't destroy us. At least pay my house off, and then, you know, get us off the internet. That was stupid.
But yeah, just a response to I think Cyrex saying that lots of studios do have different teams or studios working on graphics. But as far as I know, on with Marvel, it's always been in-house studios that took care of things. And these last couple projects, they actually had to send to outside studios, and that's where they've gotten all this crunch with all the CGI that needs to be redone.
Yep. How about seeing Abomination back in human form? Yeah, I didn't know he could transform back and forth. And Wong, I know Wong's in it. I didn't
Yeah,
see him in it.
Juan's gonna be in it,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Where like, wait a minute, when is this set?
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the biggest things is like I've heard different theories. One, it's after the blip, and then some people are thinking it might be before during the blip.
That's what
Because
was just announced about a secret invasion.
Yeah,
That it takes place in that 5 year gap of the blip.
makes sense because the scrolls are gonna be the ones acting like the superheroes because they're gonna be dressing up like them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the perfect time for them to sneak into Earth and take the place of other people
Yep.
because people got blipped.
Yep.
But yeah, if you notice, when Banner is talking to I forgot her name already. She Hulk. They're in the lab training. Uh, Professor Hulk. There's no issue with his arm after he snapped.
Mm-hmm.
Both his arms are good.
Yeah, because he healed.
So
He's a Hulk. He has a great healing factor.
yeah, but remember, even after Shang Chi, he's even though he's in human form,
Oh, I see
he's
what you're going with.
sling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and after he snapped, uh, they Tony tried healing him, and because they couldn't do anything to his arm because of again he's the Hulk. Like all the medicine stuff they tried to put on his arm wasn't working. So there's some people thinking, is this before or after, or is this after? And somehow they were able to again, like you said, he's got great
Mm-hmm.
healing factor. So maybe
Yeah.
he already healed.
Yeah.
But it does put into question when is this
Yeah.
when is this taking place?
Last thing I'll say about She-Hulk, I just hope Daredevil appears. That's my hope. Like I hope, but I hope it's a small part. I hope it's a very small part, and
He should
it doesn't take away from She-Hulk. I hope it's just
he
a small
should
part.
show up because the whole the whole thing, and I think they did lay the groundwork for that in the trailer when they're telling what was it
Jennifer
Jennifer
Walters.
Walters. Yeah, that's what Spidey said. That's her name. When she's walking with her boss, and he tells her, "I'm creating a new was it superhuman department
Mm-hmm.
or superhuman?"
Superhero department.
And
Yeah.
he wants her to be the lead in it. So like that's like, okay, well, you're gonna have lawyers that are gonna deal with the issues of superhumans.
Yeah.
So that can also open the door for Daredevil to show up for Matt.
Mm-hmm. So, I hope he makes an appearance, just a little cameo and that's all I need. Just a little cameo to later on. Starry says it's okay, guys. She's a hot lady superhero, so the story doesn't matter. Man, I want She-Hulk to carry me like that. Whoo! um, mommy, sorry, mommy,
No, no,
sorry.
no. Okay, you went with that one. My head went to Snoo Snoo.
Death
Death
by
by
Snoo
Snoo
Snoo.
Snoo.
But yeah, but yeah,
We can see
I
we can see the difference in age between us, sir.
probably. So yeah, the crew movers not just such. Ain't MCU scroll slash Kree roles reversed in movie versions? Just not fleshed out completely. Uh, Silence. He got us.
Well, no, because in the MCU, usually in Marvel, if I'm not mistaken, the scrolls are usually more evil aligned
Mm-hmm.
versus the Kree, who are supposed to be defenders of justice,
Yeah, and the
basically.
MCU has kind of
And
established them as not really.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
backwards right
I don't know. Maybe with the alternate timelines they'll switch. Nobody knows. Um, Producer will figure out that answer and he'll get back to you. Make sure you drop your email in the suggestions
now.
box, or just email us at grumpybeardspod with all your questions. Um, and someone will get back to you within 24 hours, up to 3,628 hours.
I thought you were gonna say 365 days.
No, no, I don't even know how many hours I said it is. Um, uh, so yeah, that's
That's She-Hulk. That's a little bit we were gonna talk
She-Hulk.
about She-Hulk,
Yes, yes.
and now it was gonna be my rebuttal to you about why WandaVision is not necessary to watch Multiverse of Madness, sir.
So we're at an hour now. We said we were gonna try to start shorting these down a little bit. We went 2 hours last time. Sorry for such a
Yeah,
long
yeah,
episode.
we did.
So thank you again to all our listeners.
So you're gonna just cut me off completely.
Our producer's saying we gotta stop. You gotta cut it.
Oh,
Um, so all you returning listeners, I love y'all. I love y'all the most. But it's your first time listening. I still love you, just not as much. But I will. What matters is I love you. Just watch again, share, and my love will grow for you. Make sure to follow us on all our sources. Go ahead, sir. Come on. What's your rebuttal?
It's not needed because Sam Raimi didn't even watch WandaVision. The director did not watch WandaVision when he was working on this movie.
Did he write the script?
He did not write the script.
Oh, there we go.
He directed.
So did the writers write the script? Did the writers? I said writers write the script. Yes, it did. Did the writers watch WandaVision?
That I don't know.
Well,
but
then your rebuttal does not work, sir.
The guy directing, the guy choosing what's in there and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
He did not watch WandaVision.
Because it's a team effort, and he relied on the efforts of his writers to provide him a good script, and he went from there. Sir, it doesn't work. We'll leave it up to the chat. Chat, does Aniki make a good enough point that you do not need WandaVision? You don't need to have watched WandaVision for Multiverse of Madness, because the director of Multiverse of Madness didn't watch it either.
But Spidey's doing research. Yeah.
El opinion plus ratio plus WandaVision is needed because it's good. All right, that's one person who does. He's like, nah, BS reason. Still need it. Can we get a second vote in the chat?
Oh.
The writers make sure it's canonical, especially because if they don't, fans will rage. Thank you, Cyrex. And that's an interesting username. Garbage point still needed. Yep.
That's Sugoi Kuma. Sugoi Kuma, really?
He has my name. That's wild.
It's got your name, and it's even attached to your Twitch profile.
Yeah, it is. No, I will give you that. But a lot of directors haven't watched like the source material from what I've heard. Like, there's been a few sequels where they never watched the first one, the two directors. But that's usually where they end up garbage. So that just speaks to Sam Raimi and how good of a director he is.
No, well, like, and I've seen a lot of this discourse about this movie is that a lot of people don't like the movie because of all of the horror aspects that.
Yeah, they're like, this should have been rated R. What is this? And yeah, that's
I'm like me personally, I love some of Sam Raimi's movies. Besides the Spider-Man movies,
mhm.
he's the guy that directed Evil Dead. Hell yeah, he's the guy that directed Drag Me to Hell.
Mhm.
I love those two movies.
And thank you, Spidey. Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness director Raimi recently told Rolling Stone that even he did not watch all of Disney Plus series WandaVision before helming the film follow-up involving Wanda Maximoff, Katie Scarlet Witch, played Elizabeth Olsen. I never even saw all of WandaVision. I've just seen key moments of some episodes that I was told directly impact our storyline. See? So, writers wrote the script, having watched WandaVision, and then Raimi was like, okay, I need to watch some key
And
moments.
no,
and-
he was told that he needed to watch key moments, not the whole thing.
Yeah, so
He was told by Disney. He was told by Marvel that there's only specific things he needed to watch.
to at least watch some specific things.
So there was a list of things that he needed to watch, and that was it.
But again, he had writing team who was able to take over the rest of it. You just hate WandaVision, sir. Any chance to
No,
dump on WandaVision and Elizabeth Olsen? Stop hating on my wife. All right, that's my baby. So, how you doing? All right, let's wrap it up there. We're at hour 20.
Yeah, hour 20. Yeah.
We'll probably cut this down to maybe an hour 10. We'll see.
Yeah, you're gonna cut off the whole WandaVision part.
I could just make us another outro. I'm not though. I'm not. We'll keep it in. So once again, thank you for listening, watching to another episode of the Grumpy Beards podcast. You can follow us on our socials. They're all in the links in the bio. They're our link tree. Go check it out. You can find me on Sugoi Kuma here on Twitch. And also, no, I don't have a separate Instagram. Just follow me on Twitch. And then my personal socials are on our Linktree bio. Grumpy Beards, again, here on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram, Grumpy Beards Pod.
Right.
And Aniki, where can they find you?
You can find me every Sunday at the Pulga in Seagoville. But online, I'm at Aniki Otaku no Sekai. Link is in the bio. I also recently started posting on TikTok. It's all new to me. So there's a couple TikToks on there now, and it's the same username as the Instagram.
Yep. You can also find him stuffing his face with a barbacoa sandwich where the buns, instead of bread or anything, there's two conchas. Two conchas. Loves that stuff. Yeah. Loves it.
Never. Hey, you're the ones like, we're cutting the episode, and then you bring this up. Like this should be just one episode on its own on why that thing is a monstrosity.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for another episode. Till next time, I'm Sugoi Kuma. And I'm Aniki. We never practiced that. I'm sorry. That was horrible outro. Horrible.
You just sprawled that on me and it's like,
sir, we gotta work off of each other. You got that comedic. You gotta snap the comedic timing. We gotta be synced up, but we're not, because you hate WandaVision. You hate Dragon Ball Z. You what else do I tag you in that you hate? You hate tortas.
No.
What else do you hate?
That is such the worst lie you've said yet.
What else do you hate?
Yo,
drop a chat. What does Aniki hate? Go. Who says it?
What?
The chat's getting wild. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're talking about drumstick sandwiches. See, y'all, if you're listening to this on YouTube or Spotify, and by the way, our podcast is on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcast, and we also upload the full video on YouTube, a little edited out. excuse me, a little edited down. Watch us live and get wild with the chat. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
They're talking about a drumstick sandwich, or is it a sandwich or a torta? I don't know.
They're wilding. They are wild.
Oh yes, I hate rains. I do not acknowledge. That's the other thing. I do not acknowledge.
Let's see. I had posted something about everything you hate before. I had notes in here. And I can't find them. Now we're just killing airtime. I mean, just killing time. Where the hell? Like, I went off a tangent one time with everything that you hated on a post.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, I put a bunch of stuff. Aniki hates this, and that.
You didn't tag me on it though, because I didn't see it. You didn't tag me on it.
Look at what our gram posts. Horrible, just garbage.
I get so many Funko stuff on my Instagram, sir, that it's probably got buried.
Probably. So yes, go check us out at A-Kon if you're coming. You still have time to buy tickets. It's expensive. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it is.
Especially this last minute. Expensive. But if you do get to come, we'd appreciate you.
If you're already going to.
Yeah, if you're already going, even if our panel is at 3 a.m, show up. So here's the thing. A little sneak peek. Man, I said I was gonna end this 5 minutes ago. If we are there Sunday, there might be a special treat. That's all I'm saying. There might be a special guest if we're there Sunday. Working on that.
Oh, true. Maybe.
We'll either be there.
I don't know.
We'll either be there Friday or Sunday. And no, it's not our producer. She is gonna be there. That's not the special guest. But if we're there Sunday, there's a good chance we'll have a special guest. I've dropped this person's name in the podcast before, so that's all I'll give. But yeah, we'll either be there Friday or Saturday. There's a good chance it'll be Friday late at night. Don't worry, Aniki will provide plenty of Ramune and Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon themed energy drinks. He's promising it right now.
Sir, those things are leaving shelves in not too long. The new ones that are coming are Pokemon themed.
So he's gonna be providing Pokemon themed drinks.
Have you seen the Squirtle one that's like people haven't noticed what it tastes like and are drinking it and then throwing up?
No,
almost.
I've seen that.
The Squirtle one is sea salt.
The fuck?
It's sea salt.
That's wild. Sunday fun. What are the side boob now? What is going on in chat?
So you need a mod.
Spidey is our mod.
There's only 2 of them there.
I mean, he's not a mod, but he should be. But they're having too much fun. So yeah, listen to us live. You get to have fun in the chat. Just don't be a fucking asshole or racist and homophobe. That's all I ask. Just love each other. Be kind. That's what we do here. We're just keep rambling. We're another 5-10 minutes over. See y'all at A-Kon. We love y'all. Go on our socials. Like, follow, share, everything. Take 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. 5 minutes to do all that. Do it. And it helps us out so much.
Yes.
So much. Yes. And have questions ready for us if you do see us at A-Kon. We'd appreciate it. Please bring questions so we don't feel alone. And they'll let us come back. All right, y'all. Bye. Good night. Adios. Good morning. Whatever time you're listening to. Bye. All right. Stop.
Goodbye.